Here is a good news. Japanese grammar isn't as hard as you might think. Hey guys! Are you interested in Japanese? Would you like to enjoy anime in Japanese or travel to Japan? But maybe you are thinking, isn't Japanese kind of hard? In this video, I'll give you a quick and easy explanation of what Japanese language is like and what makes it special. Alright, let's get started. Okay, first, let's take a look at the writing system. We have three types of characters: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. You might be a little scared of kanji because it is said that there are about 2,000 kanji commonly used in everyday life. It's true that kanji is one of the most difficult parts of learning Japanese, but let's learn it little by little. Okay, first, hiragana is the first character to be studied when learning to read and write Japanese. There are 46 hiragana characters. Hiragana is used as part of verbs and adjectives, and it also plays an important role as so-called particles, which connect other words in a sentence. Actually, hiragana is a syllabic character that represents pronunciation, and kanji readings can be written using hiragana. So once you've learned hiragana, you'll be able to read all kanji. You can probably learn hiragana in about 1 or 2 weeks. Next, katakana is mainly used for loan words like kohi or table. It is also used for onomatopoeia like kira kira, saku saku. The names of animals and plants like neko, bara, and slang words like yabai, majide. Kanji is originally from China. As you know, there are a bunch of kanji, and every kanji has a meaning and a reading. And actually, in many cases, it can have multiple meanings and readings. You don't want to learn kanji? I feel you. Actually, Japanese sentences can be written using only hiragana. In fact, picture books for kids are often written entirely in hiragana. But many people say that once they've learned kanji, it actually makes reading easier. One reason is that Japanese sentences don't use spaces. So without kanji, it's difficult to tell where one word ends and another begins. So don't be afraid to learn kanji. You'll get used to it soon. Next, let's take a look at grammar. Here is a good news. Japanese grammar isn't as hard as you might think. Japanese verbs and adjectives relatively conjugate in very regular patterns. There are some exceptions, but not very many. Verbs don't change depending on the subject and don't have a future tense. Also, nouns don't have gender. However, written Japanese and spoken Japanese can be quite different, so some people might find that part a bit tricky. Another tricky part is counters, words used when counting things. The counter you use depends on what you are counting, and sometimes the pronunciation of the number changes too, which makes this a challenging part of learning Japanese. I'm thinking of making a series of shorts to explain each counter. Japanese word order is SOV, subject, object, verb. So here is an example. In English, you say, I play tennis. In Japanese, we say, 私はテニスをします。私は means I, テニスを means tennis, and します means play. Japanese and English word order are completely different, so it might be a little difficult until you get used to it. I struggled when I was learning English too. And another big feature of Japanese is that the subject is often omitted when it's obvious. Let's say you are introducing yourself. If you said, 私はトムです. I am Tom. You don't need to say, 私は after that. You can continue like, 大学生です。猫が好きです。Or when you ask someone, if it's clear who you are asking, you can omit it too. Like, 猫が好きですか? Alright, the last part is about pronunciation. Japanese has 5 vowels: a, I, u, e, o, and the number of consonants varies from 14 to 20. This is depending on how you classify them. Unlike English uses a stress accent, Japanese uses a pitch accent. The pitch can change the meaning of words like ashi and hashi. But in most cases, we can usually figure out the meaning from the context, so it's not a big problem. Japanese pronunciation itself isn't that difficult overall. I think it's at least easier than English. That's all for today. I hope this video helped you become more curious about Japanese. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.